And it's like, what? That's nuts, dude. Why on earth would you disable comments on the video? That is hang on a minute. Oh my god, he called him TheActMan. Do you get it? Oh, you get it, right? He just kicked him out without saying anything. He's serious, dude. He's seriously talking about one person in his Discord saying something. Oh, that is no.
Do you agree or disagree that female attractiveness has gone down the past 10 years in video games?
What it comes down to is a debate. Now, I don't have all the ins and outs of this, but you have to help me fill it in if I get it wrong. Here is my debate with Andypants Gaming. Comments are enabled, so feel free to talk shit about me as you please. He has disabled comments on his version of the debate, so here you go. So, long story short on this, from what I understand, this guy, Andypants Gaming, wanted to debate TheActMan on wokeness or something. And I think, oh yeah, the Mauler DM leaks, that was bad as well. Yep, Mauler DM leaks were bad. Even though I think Az probably should have jumped on a call with him, the Mauler leaks were bad. I agree with that. Anyway, Andypants Gaming debated TheActMan on wokeness in video games, to put it fucking lightly, right? Okay. However, apparently it's a complete blowout by TheActMan, and on top of that, this Andypants Gaming dude performed so badly that he made the video on his own channel that you can't comment. And it's like, what? That's fucking nuts, dude. Why on earth would you disable comments on the video? That is hang on a minute. Isn't that like a sign that you point to when they put a trailer out and comments are disabled? You're like, oh look, they've disabled comments because they don't want people saying how bad it is. So yeah, I don't know, dude. Seems like a very cringe thing. It looks like they're on now, I want to say. Wait a second. Oh, look at this. Turning off comments because the video is overrun by disingenuous TheActMan cucks. Oh, not a good look. Another thing too. Age-restricted video requested by uploader. So he's put an age restriction on this, which basically squashes it in the algorithm. If you've got an age-restricted video, you have to be logged in to view it. And I believe it doesn't get pushed out in the same way as your other content does. Is he doing that because he wants less people to see it? Is that a crazy thought process? Okay. I see. Right, here we go. So I'm guessing this is what happened. So he put a video out saying they're woke YouTubers. The pussification of video games. Are gamers homophobic? Dude, these channels, man. Holy fuck, dude. The pussification of video games is fucking hilarious, dude. Okay, anyway, let's see what he said in his video.
So with every new video I make now, I'm like, probably going to get canceled after this one. Oh well, here we go. So in this video, I want to talk about a disturbing pattern that I've begun to notice in some of our most celebrated YouTubers. I, like many people, was at one time a fan of TheActMan, SkillUp, and Bellular. But as time has gone on, I've noticed a pretty upsetting trend in the content of all three of these guys. Have you noticed these three creators never call anything woke? And if they do, they're making fun of you for using the term? Have you noticed they never talk about the obvious uglification of...
Dude, these kind of criticisms are so gay. They're not talking about this thing, guys. This thing that I think is important, they're not talking about it. It's like, maybe they're trying to avoid talking about the uglification of women in video games, or maybe they're just not interested in talking about that. Like, that's fine. Why is it that they have to talk about women being ugly in video games?
Of women in games the past few years?
It's different if it's like, oh, they've claimed that, you know, women aren't being uglified in video games. That's a point of debate. That's a point of disagreement. That's a point where you can go, okay, well, I disagree and we can talk about that. But I don't think you can point to the fact that someone isn't broadly talking about something in their content and act like that's a point against them, because maybe they're just don't want to talk about that. That's totally fine. What's wrong with that? Why does no one talk about how med packs have slowly been phased out of games? It's a conspiracy. Like, yeah. Also, this Bellular guy, dude, it's so cancerous to be like, oh, they're woke, so they're like issuing this broad criticism, especially when it's on the basis and then talking about stuff. Because this Bellular guy, you might not like what he says sometimes, or you might not like his opinions, but broadly, he's got some decent takes on things, and he's often like advocated for the consumer, you know. And I think the problem is that some of these anti-woke guys, it's not enough to just talk about the plight of the consumer. It's like, you've got to do it whilst also saying that there's too many homosexuals knocking about now. And it's like, why? As long as they're not giving totally crazy takes and totally wrong takes about things and saying things that are factually wrong, if they don't want to talk about or focus on the woke aspect of stuff, then that's reasonable. Some people don't want to get into the culture war side of it. As long as they're giving good takes, who cares? Yeah, exactly. Like, could you not make the same criticism of someone like Mauler in that you could say, well, you know, you're not focused enough on the anti-woke aspects. He's obviously giga-focused on like the writing and shit. Like, he doesn't really bring the anti-SJW type takes into it. And it's like, no one cares about that. But you care about these guys, even though not saying certain things, when, as far as I understand, at least with Bellular, the takes are pretty reasonable.
You notice they never talk about the LGBTQI_7 community and how they basically...
Oh my god, dude, I just made a joke about this. I literally just made a joke about this and he's saying it for real. Dude. They're not talking about this. There's loads of homosexuals now.
Run video games right now. Have you noticed they never point out obvious racism against white people? In fact, they'll often say lies like, racism against white people isn't possible.
Really? Wait,
Have
what?
you? In fact, they'll often say lies like, racism against white people isn't possible.
Have they said that? Has TheActMan said, racism against white people isn't possible? Has Bellular said, racism against white people isn't possible? Has this guy, I don't know who this guy is, has this guy said that? Do you have any proof of that? Do you have any evidence? Do you have a clip? Bro, he's not...
Now, have you noticed they never point out obvious racism against white people? In fact, they'll often say lies like, racism against white people isn't possible.
They'll often say, okay, well, if it's often, you should have plenty of examples to show us of them saying exactly that, no? Oh, boy. Yeah, in Bellular's World of Warcraft Legion 7.3.5 patch video, he randomly launched into a rant about the etymology of cracker. Super weird. Bro, this guy, I can see what's going to happen here. He's probably going to get pressed on these claims and be totally unable to answer.
Have you noticed none of them ever talk about the trillions of dollars companies make by bumping up their DEI and ESG initiatives and by putting evil woke...
I know this is wrong because Bellular made a video about exactly that. Bellular's been criticised before for avoiding the elephant in the room and not talking about DEI. And then I'm pretty sure in the days after, he released a video talking about exactly that. Whether you agree or disagree is another matter. But he did factually put a video out about this topic. Like, you're just wrong. You're just wrong about this. You could say, I disagree with his takes, but you can't say he's never talked about it because he literally has. Also, bro, what? What?
People against white people. In fact, none of them ever talk about the trillions of dollars companies make by bumping up their DEI and ESG initiatives.
Trillions of dollars? Wait, what? Trillions of dollars? How much is the overall video game industry worth in terms of revenue and stuff? It's nowhere near even a trillion, let alone trillions.
And by putting evil woke nonsense in their games? Have you noticed they never talk about the complete removal of masculinity from video games? So why? Why are these three dudes intentionally avoiding calling out wokeness in games?
How can you say that they're intentionally avoiding doing that? It could just be that in the content they go to make, right, that's just not something that comes up in the content they're thinking of making. Or you don't. What's this? You must talk about the things that I think are important in your videos about video games. What is this going about, dude?
To put it simply, it's because these dudes are cucks. They're pussies. All three of these guys are definitely voting for Kamala Harris in November. I heard Endymion call him AcMam one time, and the label definitely fits. So those are the surface level reasons. I'll get to the deeper reasons in a minute. I just watched an entire ActMan video.
Dude, did you hear that? Oh my God, he called him ActMam. Do you get it? Oh, you get it, right? You get it, don't you? Because he's not a man. He's a woman. Oh, very good burn there, buddy. Good job.
Concord. I know, it was painful. It contained a lot of tired millennial jokes. I'm a millennial, by the way. Takes one to know one. He talked a lot about low player numbers. He talked about how much money it wasted. And then when he gets to the part where you're supposed to talk about why the game failed, he just says, bad gameplay, bad character design. Why do you suppose ActMam doesn't talk about the fact that Concord has 3 black females in it and not a...
Oh my God, dude. This is like, what's the guy's name who talked about race mixing? Synthetic Man. This is like another synthetic man. Why aren't you talking about the blacks? This guy's nuts, dude. What? Like, look, it was true. It's true that it's bad character design. Why do you have to talk about the racial breakdown if just that's not of interest to you? It's this idea that you're obligated to report on it in a certain way that fits your own unique perspective on the matter.
Single white man. Why do you suppose he doesn't talk?
Also, dude, he's wrong about that. Yeah, look, I'm not going to defend that Concord game. I had a good laugh looking at it, and it was absolute fucking dog shit. But there was a white guy in it. Again, just a factual error. There was a white guy in that game. You can say it's unbalanced, but you can't say there was no white guys. That's just wrong.
Talk about all the LGBTQ plus activists on Twitter who worked on the game. Interesting. He even at one point in the video makes fun of the idea that bigger breasts would save this game. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, dude. Is that idea so ridiculous? You'll notice similar things when watching cucks like Skill Up and Bell.
Is ActMan gay? Oh my God, dude. Bro, we had this debate before, didn't we? About Mortal Kombat. And people were saying about how, Mortal Kombat sucks, there's not big tits in it. And it's like, people don't care about that play Mortal Kombat. I've seen criticisms of Mortal Kombat 1. And it's all about how much the game sucks from actual people that play it at a high level. They're not sat there going, oh, Katana hasn't got her tits out. They're going, oh, the netcode sucks, or, the combo system has been fucked up,
Cellular analyze Concord. Why do you suppose these guys spend 30 minutes talking about the gameplay and not 1 minute talking about how a huge reason the game failed is...
Wait, what?
Like Skill Up and Bellular analyze Concord. Why do you suppose these guys spend 30 minutes talking about the gameplay and not 1 minute talking about how a huge reason the game...
Dude, this guy can't be serious, can he? Why are people that are reporting and talking about video games talking about the gameplay? Because that's the most important point of a video game. The one most fundamental thing of a game is it has to have good gameplay that you enjoy. Yes, it's funny to laugh at the fat and ugly characters, but fundamentally, it comes down to gameplay. And for some people, they're not interested in delving into the culture war shit. And so they want to focus on the gameplay. That's totally reasonable. That's the whole point.
Failed is because the characters are fat and ugly. So I used to think these 3 guys were just missing details. I used to give them the benefit of the doubt. But as I've watched their content on a consistent basis, I've realized these dudes are so deep in the gay communist agenda, they can't even criticize it anymore. Basically, you've got incredibly evil companies like Activision who support pedophilia and Satanism and push DEI initiatives and also spend billions and billions of dollars a year on marketing. Now, do you think they're going to give a YouTuber like me who calls them out on a consistent basis a sneak peek and a tour of the studio? Of course not. They want a shill. They want an empty shill like Skill Up who won't bring up the woke stuff.
Dude. Bro. Dude. Okay, let's just keep going. Let's keep going.
They want somebody who will be an empty mouthpiece and they can just pour talking points into them.
Are gay propaganda your voice? Bro, is Belly like... Are these guys really guilty of this? I'm pretty sure that AccuSations, Bellular, I don't know this guy. Are they not like consumer advocates? They often criticize game companies. I've heard Bellular, like what was it he covered that I spoke about? It was the Epic Game development thing or something. Oh, the price was going up on some game development tool, and he was criticizing that. To be honest with you, games companies are going to be more bothered by people that criticize the fundamental aspects of their product, like gameplay, than they are going to be some fucking retard raging about there being too many blacks in the game, right? Because game companies can easily dodge around and fucking get around people talking about the gay shit because there's enough people that like the gay shit, right? But if you're saying this game sucks, it's got bad gameplay, that's much more damaging to a game than complaining about the woke shit, right?
While they regurgitate them out. AccuSations is indeed good at playing an act. He's good at appearing natural and looking like he's riffing. The reality is he's reading a careful script that has definitely been run by his handlers at Activision and Bungie and other DEI.
Bro, he's claiming he's got... Dude, there's no way! These are wild claims. You need to have a fucking stack of evidence to back this up. He's claiming AccuSations got handlers. Bro. This is nuts. I can't wait to watch... Dude, I can see why people want me to watch this, even though it's a bit outside my normal remit, being culture war slop that I don't often get into anymore. This is brilliant. This guy's come up with a full schizo theory, and then he agreed to debate him.
Departments. Again, notice these guys never mention BlackRock, ESG, or any of the gay, communist, globalist cancer that these companies push. I found this article on screen here about Bellular that was definitely interesting. It basically talks about how he's been given insider interviews and gets to see deep behind-the-scenes information about upcoming World of Warcraft games. But part of his ability to get that info is to continue to be a corporate shill for Activision and parrot the talking points they want. He's a good little sheep and never asks about DEI or ESG. This is why even if they wanted to, AccuSations, Bellular, and SkillUp can't talk about the woke agenda. These low-T beta males have been bought and sold by Activision, by Sony, by Microsoft, by Bungie. Sure, they can have complaints about gameplay and too many microtransactions and stuff like that, but you will never hear these guys complaining about why women are so ugly in video games now because they're good.
Bro, I've got to be honest with you, right? If I was going to assess a game, right? Do I go to the fucking million channels that are talking about how there's too many fucking ugly women in the game? Which I agree with, by the way. I think that's true. I'm completely on board with that criticism. Or am I going to want to go to the guy that's like, well, here's how the game plays. This is what this is what that is, da-da-da-da-da. You're going to get far more out of understanding the gameplay than you are the billionth video about how there's an ugly bitch in Fable or something, dude.
Good corporate servants. One mistake I think a lot of people make is thinking that just because these guys will say a game is terrible, they must be objective. Not so. A journalist or content creator is not judged by their ability to say a game is bad. They're judged by their ability to be able to breach any topic. The fact that these creators have never talked about DEI, ESG, and the woke propaganda.
He's wrong. He's just wrong about that. I know this guy definitely has, and I'm guessing AccuSations has probably touched on it at some point too.
Indicates to me either A, they're censoring their real thoughts, or B, these guys are the propaganda machines themselves. Also, there's no way they're not aware of it. Every third comment on YouTube is calling out woke garbage. So these guys are either willing corporate cucks or unwilling corporate cucks. Either way, they're owned by the corporations. Zooming out a little bit, another interesting issue here is the debate around company structure and the corporate life of video game companies. These three creators always toe the woke/communist party line.
Is this guy going to point out the J-Boys? Is this guy going to get to the J-Boys at any point? Because I want to hear some takes on that, to be honest with you. Oh, boy. Yeah, this is great. I love this guy. He's brilliant.
rather than identifying the real problem, the actual workers at the bottom. They are the problem. Let me give you an example. So I've talked to a lot of people in the AAA game industry confidentially the past few months. I can't reveal their identities. Companies like Ubisoft have a president, a board of directors, and these are the guys who just care about the money, basically. Below this line right here, you have all the creatives. Usually the person in charge of the creative work is the studio head.
Wait, wait, what? I've been speaking to insiders, and they've told me about the publicly available corporate structure of the company.
Game director, somebody like that, and it's usually a whole group of people. Then below the studio heads, you have the 500 or 1,000 people who work at the company. When stuff goes bad and you have a game like Concord that fails, homo leftists like Bellular always blame the president.
Wonderful.
It's the billionaires. It's the
billionaires.
billionaires.
Hey! Yes, I'm aware. I'm very aware. Thank you for the $10.
There's a screech. But after talking to a ton of people in the AAA industry the past few months, I've come to learn this. Billionaires have no idea what kind of game their game company is making. Billionaires don't really care what kind of game the creatives are making. Billionaires just want money to be made. So gay communists like TheActMan, Bellular, and SkillUp, whenever they talk about the industry, actually want you to be distracted from the real problem, the studio employees themselves.
Hang on a sec. Wait a second. The people at the top of the chain. What? This is absurd. You really think that the people at the top that want to make the money are going to allow these people to make changes that are not in their interests? It's the other way round. The people at the top think or believe, rightly or wrongly, who's to say, that this stuff getting put in the games is going to benefit them in some fashion. He's right. No, the people at the top think that it benefits them in some financial way. They're not going to let these gays put gay shit in games not thinking it's going to benefit them.
The studio and the people on the bottom are the ones who actually make the game. They are the ones with pronouns in their bio. They're the ones with pride flags in their bio. It's the actual people on the bottom who are making these games trash. All you need to do is get on Twitter to see how true this is. Illustrators, designers, people like Kim Belair. Like I said, they're always gay Satanists, and everybody in the creative department.
And who hires those people? And who decides who's put in place to hire these people? Like, it all comes from the top down. This is like a fundamental misunderstanding of how businesses work. Bro, what is he on about? Does he think one day a bunch of gays turned up at the office and were like, right, we're making the games gay now, and the senior board of directors was just like, okay, sure. We've got nothing to say about that. We'll let you do what you want to do.
Department at a video game company has pronouns and gay flags in their bio. The wild thing that's happening in the video game industry right now is the chickens are coming home to fucking roost. Billionaire investors for 20 years used to be able to invest money in Ubisoft and get a return on that money. But Ubisoft has been a complete shit show this year, and investors are going to start wondering why their $1 billion didn't turn into $2 billion this year. And this is honestly the sea change that I'm hoping for. This is what we are all praying happens. I want the billionaires to come in and fire all the studio heads and put people in there who can actually make a masculine freaking game for once. Guys, the funny thing is...
Okay, when did this come out? 11 days ago. What about Space Marines? Wasn't that like a masculine game? Like, I've played Space Marines, and I'm like, oh, it's just like Gears of War. It reminds me of Gears of War a lot.
A masculine freaking game for once. Guys, the funny thing is, the billionaires are on our side. We want games with hot chicks and manly dudes. Those are the games we are buying. Billionaires actually want us to get what we want. The problem is 90% of the people who work at game studios are gay Satanists. The few based studios out there are giving us exactly what we want right now. Asian studios, Czech Republic studios, Eastern European studios. Every other studio out there in the West is chugging the woke homo mind virus and is done, basically. They might as well close up shop.
This guy's
all right, so in closing, Look, honestly, TheActMan and SkillUp can have whatever political opinion they want. They can be cucks and vote for Kamala this year. I don't care. My whole reason for making this video is to make you aware of the people whose videos you are watching. Anytime you watch an TheActMan video or a SkillUp video or a Bellular video, just know you are funding the current establishment of video games. You are funding the LGBTQ games. You are funding woke games every time you watch TheActMan, Bellular, and SkillUp. Conversely, every time you watch Endymion, Jay the Concept, Synthetic Man, Short Fat Otaku, or Andypants, we are going against the woke agenda.
Bro, hang on a sec. Short Fat Otaku. I see him getting called out all the time for being, well, a chaser, first of all. But secondly, he's constantly having to argue with his retard rightoid components because he's got some libtard take on something.
The woke mind virus. Oh, guys, by the way, before I get out of here, please go buy this game, The Great Rebellion, right now. I've been playing it. It's basically a game that makes fun of woke people. It's a very anti-woke game, and it's the only game of its kind that I've ever played. And the gameplay is pretty fun, too. It's just like a 2D pixel shooter, but the content is very fun. Also, go play Solash 2 if you're into RPG roguelikes with procedurally generated worlds. This game was created, this is awesome. This game was created by a Polish developer, and he refused to put gay relationships in the game because, you know, it's his game, and they're trying to cancel him on Twitter right now. Another non-woke indie game to check out right now is Legends of Boom. It comes out October 1st. Some friends of the channel here are making this game. None of these games are huge budget AAA games, but they are by non-woke developers. They are fighting the cancer in the industry, and just based on that, you should go support these games. So I'm going to link all three of them down below, and I'm going to get out of here. Bye, guys.
Dude, it's so obvious this dude is operating on the basis of, like, a game is good if it's not woke and bad if it's... Yeah, dude, so stupid. This is how it... Dude, Harmful Opinions spoke about this. There are people that came along that were like, oh, my game's not woke. And then they, like, you know, try and smuggle in their shit underneath that kind of shroud, essentially. Anyway, so I can see why this video would have caused some problems with TheActMan, right? Anyway, for some reason, Andypants Gaming, in an act of what I can only assume is the most insane hubris ever exhibited by a human, agreed to debate him. Why would you agree to debate the guy when you've totally, like, made shit up about him, dude? Let's find out. Let's see how it goes.
What's up, everybody? This is TheActMan here, and recently I did a debate with the YouTuber Andypants Gaming. Now, some of you may be familiar with him, some of you won't be, but I did a debate on his channel, and because he's been deleting comments, or, sorry, disabling comments, enabling comments, disabling them again, disabling the live replay chat, unlisting the stream, republicizing it, he's just flip-flopping on all of this, and just for the sake of authenticity, transparency, I'm reposting the entire debate here. I hop on the call at about 6.5 minutes in, so 6.5 minutes after whatever this introduction ends. But that 6.5 minutes might be important context to get an idea of what his attitude and vibe was prior to the debate and, you know, see how he's handled things after. To give you some context, this guy was the one who made a video called Woke YouTubers in which he alleged that I was a gay communist shilling for the woke agenda or something. No evidence behind it. And so,
as I've watched their content on a consistent basis, I've realized these dudes are so deep in the gay communist agenda, they can't even criticize it anymore. TheActMan is indeed good at playing an act. He's good at appearing natural and looking like he's riffing. The reality is he's reading a careful script that has definitely been run by his handlers at Activision and Bungie and other DEI departments.
Bro, he's literally highlighting that bit. Dude, I mean, he's not going to have any evidence for that.
That's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
That guy has as much analytical thinking as a
Hey! Thank you for the 333. Bro, if he's not got anything to back this up, he's going to be cooked.
I came on to debate him about various things. Not really sure what was going to happen, but things did not go the way Andy wanted, and because he is not being transparent and he is trying to hide things from his audience and from my audience, I feel it necessary to post the stream in its entirety here. So feel free to go down to the comments and roast the fuck out of me, make fun of me. I encourage it. I always try to welcome criticism, and it helps me get better as a person and as a content creator. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I don't always handle things the best way, of course, but I'm not going to silence you down in the comments. So go talk shit about me, say whatever you want about the debate, and because Andy's not offering that on his channel. So 6.5 minutes after this is when I jump in to debate, and that runs until the very end. So watch, make up your own mind, and enjoy.
What's going on, boys? About to get TheActMan in here in a second. Hang on one second. Trying to figure out why my icon's not showing up. Oh, there it is. What's going on, boys? About to get TheActMan in here in a second. Looks like we're streaming. I'm stoked about this. So I'm going to send him the link right now. Let's see if he joins. All right.
Yeah, did you hear there was a breath there that sounded very, very nervous? Oh, why did he agree to this, dude? You just, well, I'm guessing slandered the guy.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off
Oh, hey,
depressing?
Crypto Kitty. I remember you.
My boyfriend said I have to disable comments.
Thank you for the $4.99. I remember you. Hope you're well.
TheActMan has the link. Let's see if he joins. Just waiting on him. My country is LGBT free. Good. That's a good country right there. TheActMan, how can I use this for content? Exactly. Hopefully it's mutually beneficial. He can use me for content. I can use him for content. It's fine. Do you guys want to ping him on Twitter? Maybe ping him on his server because he has the link now. I'm just sitting here waiting on him. He's not clicking on it. Waiting on you, TheActMan. Guys, is he gonna pussy out? Is he gonna puss out because leftists are pussies? Is TheActMan gonna run away because leftists are cowards?
Oh my god, dude, no! I can already tell this is gonna be great. Dude, he's talking all this shit as well. Oh.
Okay, he's typing me a message. Let's see what he has to say. I got a cold. He got COVID. StreamYard ain't picking up my camera for some reason. Trying to fix it. Okay. All right, dude. All right. If anybody...
He's very confident.
All right. If anybody wants to join the stream and talk...
What's bemusing with this is he said all this stuff. He knows in his own head he can't back it up. He knows that he's said a bunch of shit. How can he have any sort of like confidence to shit talk like that, dude? Unless he's thinking he's not going to show up. He's believed his own hype that he's a leftoid soy retard and he's not going to show up so he can talk all this shit and he won't even be there.
To me or ask me a question while we wait on TheActMan, then shoot me a message on Discord right now. Because TheActMan says that he's having technical difficulties, which I'm sure is 100% legit. All right. Until TheActMan gets in here, I'm gonna have some random people come in here while we wait for TheActMan.
Oh, he's so nervous. He's bringing on some rando.
Dude, how's it going? I'm surprised TheActMan hasn't joined yet.
Yeah, dude, just sitting here waiting
This guy's got giga autist voice straight away.
on him. Dude, you're the guy who was playing Fortnite yesterday. Who you sounded like a 12-year-old hopped up on high C.
No, dude, that wasn't me. I didn't have the fucking anime profile picture.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm missing.
Dude, no, I was the one who talked about what females fucking play in the gaming industry, which is Match 3 and CS:GO and fucking sim games. I also got to mention another one, and I think this is important to mention: is fucking mobile games. Do you know how big the mobile game market is?
Dude, it's funded by women. They're all playing Candy Crush, I think.
Dude, why do you think they bought fucking? I think you actually mentioned this in a video. Why do you think Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard? They bought it for fucking Candy Crush.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, they could give less of a shit about, like, the smaller games, which sucks. Because, like, and I saw your video.
Just kicked him out without saying anything. That is gold. That is fucking gold, dude. Oh my god, that's so funny.
There he is, boys. The man
What's
himself.
Poppin'? Yeah.
All right, TheActMan, I have one question just to start off. In the words of the African prince, why are you gay?
Why are you gay? Who says I'm gay?
You're not gay. It's just that you were supporting.
You didn't follow through with the line, bro. Come on, man.
You were supporting Leon mods that were gay, and you were anti-Ashley mods, and I was wondering why you did that.
Huh? You're wondering why I did. What are you referring to?
For Resident Evil 4, you were in support of Leon mods and in support of gay Leon mods, acting like they were no big deal, and you were again. And then you called people that were pro Ashley mods. You were like, oh, they're weirdos.
I don't know if I said the term weirdo. I mean, if you have the tweet, we can go over it or whatever the tweets are.
Yeah.
Do you have that on you?
So what I have here is this is my opening. Why are you?
This is your your project file.
Oh my god, dude, this guy's such a fucking loser.
This is my Google Doc. So I thought this was one interesting tweet. You said,
Okay,
yeah, I mean, we can start off with this stuff, by the way. Like,
dude, we're
I'm
just
down to freeform.
Dude, I'm just going
pro-white while he is talking to Bob Lax and Stylo's interracial child.
Very true, Crypto Kitty. Thank you for the $5.
right into it, and feel free to ask me a question whenever you want. But I think a lot of people are familiar with the Nexus mods scandal. How they're banned. So people just wanted to remove LGBT trash from games, and Nexus was banning them and not allowing them to. And then the reverse was not possible. So basically, people are not allowed to remove LGBT stuff from games. And what you said here was, this is false. Nexus mods is not working to delete mods that remove pronouns from Starfield. Mm-hmm. And then there was a clarification note that said, from Nexus mods, that said, this is actually true. If we think someone is uploading a mod on our site with intent to deliberately be against inclusivity or diversity, then we will take action against it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you think this is some kind of like gotcha? Like, I mean, when I admit to mistakes, like,
so do you not see the double standard that people are allowed to put like gay stuff in there, but aren't allowed?
I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that TheActMan has probably already accounted for this and said that he was wrong. No? Well, I mean, I guess, well, the criticism would be that you made an instinctive call that turned out to not be true. But if he's already accounted for that, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's not really that good an own that you would like. This is, bear in mind, this is his opening gambit. Okay, this is opening gambit presenting something which I'm assuming he's probably accounted for.
Aren't allowed to remove it.
Are you talking about Nexus Mods double standard?
Yeah.
Because, well, I mean, they're an independent company, aren't they? So they're allowed to do what they want. Of course, there might be a double standard there. But there's also the idea that no matter...
I don't know about that. I think Nexus Mod has got a double standard, and that's fine. Leave it at that, right? There's a bit of a weird answer, like saying they're a private company, they can do what they want. But, well, there's still a double standard there. So what does it matter if they're a private company? It's not whether they're private. It's whether they're allowed to do it. It's whether or not they have a double standard. And I think it's pretty inarguable that they do. They do have a double standard. I've seen it myself with, if you try and remove the pronoun shit from Starfield, that got taken down. But then other shit of gay stuff is allowed, to put it simply.
No matter what they choose, they're going to piss some group of people off, right? If they allow mods like that, they're going to piss off one group. But if they take them down, they're going to piss off the other. So... it's really a no-win situation for them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of up to people's own interpretations. But yeah, I believe I correct.
Oh, I don't like that answer. I'm not a fan of that answer. Well, they're going to piss some people off. Well, dude, I don't like that answer, personally. I'm not a fan of that answer, I must say. The initial response here is not good.
That mistake that I made, maybe a quote retweet or something. So if that's all that can't be all the ammo you have. Surely you've got something stronger.
Oh, no. My other question is, does the fence ever hurt? Do the splinters ever hurt from sitting on the fence so much, bud?
Oh, so is this the route you want to go down?
This is the route I want to go down. Let's go.
Are you sure?
Dude, just unload the ammo on me. Dude, I'm ready.
Are you sure about this, man? Because I don't think you're cut out for this. I don't think you know how this game is played.
Sweetie, I am. I'm so cut out for it.
Then why have me on when you have done such a terrible job of purging your digital footprint?
Go ahead. I had an old Xbox channel that was stupid. Go ahead. Pull it up.
And an old Twitter account and a few old YouTube channels. And I have your permission.
Go ahead, dude.
Oh.
You want to call me homophobic now or later?
I don't care about that shit, bro. I care about you being a fake. And that when the people find out who you really are, the leopards will eat your face.
Go for it. Go for it. I've changed. I'll be super transparent on what I've changed my position on and what I haven't changed my position on. I've always talked, even on my old...
voice crack. No, the voice crack.
transparent on what I've changed my position on and what I haven't changed my position on. I've always talked.
No, we're so over this dude.
Even on my old Xbox channel, I talked about the woke garbage. It's just people didn't want to hear it at the time. And now my new channel, people want to hear about it. So I talk about it more.
Yeah.
But okay.
You certainly do.
So I seriously though, dude, I really do want to ask you though, before we get into like digging up junk on each other, dude, look, I loved your videos from like 7 or 8 years ago. And do you agree that there has been a steep decline in masculinity in video games since that era of like 06, 07? Like, I know you love that era of games. Do you agree there's been a steep decline in masculinity since then in games?
Steep decline. I mean, there's obviously still instances of games that have masculine protagonists, sure, but you know, I would have to watch your masculinity video in its entirety. I think I watched about 7 or 8 minutes.
Okay.
And yeah, that one hit the algorithm.
The thing is, I think that there has been a decline in masculinity, more so than there was a long time ago. I think that is at least somewhat a product of more people coming in that don't want that exact experience. And I think multiple things can exist at once. And I think that as long as there's enough masculine games to meet the need, then it's fine. But I think at the moment it probably is disjointed, and it's in one, you know, like the fact that it's Space Marines 2 is the example that people point to. It's like it's only one game. I agree with you that that goes against the point broadly that there's no masculine games. And there could be more, right? Anyway.
I noticed a change in the type of content your channel has. But to answer your question, if there's been a steep decline, how do you quantify masculinity? I mean, like the Doom games, like 2016, Doom Eternal, Doom the Dark Ages coming out. We just had Space Marine 2. That's pretty fucking masculine. I mean, Leon Kennedy, Resident Evil 4 remake. I think Leon Kennedy's a fucking badass, pretty masculine. Isaac Clarke, the Dead Space remake, pretty fucking masculine.
Exactly, but which is a remake of a 2007 game.
Right, but those are still remakes released within the last couple of years, all featuring protagonists that we all consider to be fucking Giga Chads. So obviously there's some contention around your premise that masculinity has fallen off on a steep decline.
Yeah, I just don't understand why TheActMan is so resistant to at least giving some ground to the idea. I just, yeah, like there's a couple of examples there, sure. But if you compare it to the games that were coming out in the 2000s, 2010s, yeah, the hat just has. This feels like arguing the toss in order to not concede any ground. When I think that you can just concede that, yeah, sure, there's been a decline in masculinity or something. I don't know.
Or something. In some ways, sure. Maybe there's more pandering. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that we had Medal of Honor, we had Sam Fisher, we had Ghost Recon, we had all of these great like masculine characters in games, and it seems like everything now is either a remake. Like what new, very masculine character has come in a game recently?
New?
Yeah.
Are you talking like entirely new franchise?
Right. It's not a remake of a 2007 game because that just proves my point that games back in the day were more masculine and everything's feminine now.
I think you're just moving the goalpost because you were talking about masculinity in video games, and I gave you several examples of protagonists, but now you're saying, what about new characters? So you're kind of just moving the goalposts on this.
I don't have to move the goalposts. Dead Space is a remake of a 2007 game, so that proves my point. So but you disagree. You disagree that games are have been feminized. You disagree that masculinity is in decline in video games. Is that what you're saying?
I disagree with some parts of what you've said, yeah.
Okay. Has the check cleared for Payday 3?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. All right. Hit the bank account.
Yeah, sure did.
Okay.
It's great that someone is finally, like, you can finally confront me on that, man. Oh yeah, go for it.
Good. Because it was trash. I don't see how you could justify. I mean, right now there's like 5.
Do you want an actual explanation, or are you just looking for cheap gotcha moments? Because I'm telling you, man.
No,
my closet is clean,
dude.
Okay?
I do want.
And I have found a lot in yours.
Oh boy,
okay?
I do want an actual explanation.
Okay, well, the explanation is that the version of Payday 3 that I played in New York,
dude, maybe it gets better as time goes on. I was just expecting TheActMan to challenge him to back up his claims, but instead he's like giving kind of answers that I just don't think are very honest about questions like of the masculine shit.
I was told by certain people at the company, like, you know, I guess the word liaison would be the right word, like the creator liaison, the person who's talking to the content creators and telling them the plan and all that. And I had gotten back from the New York event, and I checked the footage because they sent us all home with flash drives. And I checked the footage, and it's all corrupt. And I started talking to the other guys who were at the event. I was like, dude, do you have any working footage for this? Because mine is just totally fucked up. There's no audio. So there was technical problems at the event itself. Then when it came time for the beta, I think it was the public or the closed beta, they had 2 of them. I played that, had more technical problems with the servers, and I asked them, hey, is this what the game is going to be like when it comes out? Because like I'm having server issues, and what I was told is that the version we played in New York was a newer build. And so I went into that with the impression that, okay, you know, I'm going to post this video. I'm leaving for a trip, and I'm going to post this video before I leave. And I hope it doesn't turn into a shit show. And I feel like if I do have serious regrets about that, because if I had just done a better job in the intro of saying like, hey, the game is not out yet, this, you know, please wait for reviews. I wish I had done that. Yeah, you know, repentance. We all have to repent, you know, for our mistakes and ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
You're a religious man, aren't you?
I am. And I appreciate that because several people had brought that up to me, and it's good for you to hear an explanation for it. I
mean, that's the simpler explanation is that maybe it was a miscommunication from this guy. Maybe he was told something by someone higher up, and he relayed that to me like, oh yeah, don't worry. It's a newer build. And so like, you know, these people had, the event was professional, everything except like the small technical difficulties. I hadn't ever really done like pre-release reviews before. Like I don't often get invited to those things. I think I've done Halo Wars 2 and Payday 3 are the only two events where I think I've been actually invited out to. I talk a lot of shit, so if you want to accuse me of being a shill, I don't get invited to a lot of things.
So you truly liked Black Ops 6? You truly like the new Call of Duty game? Because that feels like we're waiting for the check to clear from Activision as well.
Bro, why, dude? This guy genuinely thinks, off the back of his own insight, that this guy's getting paid by companies. Also, I thought the Black Ops 6 beta and stuff has been like quite well received. People love the movement. The movement is like been praised and stuff like that. Like, haven't a lot of pros looked at it and gone, yeah, this is decent, this is fun, right? No? I'm pretty sure it's been quite well received.
See, the funny thing is that parts of your audience don't know that you're joking.
No, I'm not joking, brother. I swear to God.
I hear you laughing. Like
I'm laughing at the fact that I think you were.
I don't think you're an idiot, bro. If you're familiar with my content, you have a very good understanding of why Activision does not pay me or offer to pay me, nor would I accept offers for payment.
You're talking about their game. You're still talking about their game, and you just said, what did you say? Treyarch is cooking with this one.
Yes.
So has the check cleared? That's my only question, because the game is dog shit. I've played it. The game is dog shit.
Objectively, of course, right? Your subjective opinion. Yeah, you're fucking with me, bro. And it's like, it's so easy to sniff it out, man. If you're gonna, I thought this was satire at first, what you were doing. I thought you were making fun of video game critique.
Oh. So the TheActMan is coming into this, and I think he's coming across, because this guy, this Andypants guy, I can see why you might think it was satirical. And I guess he's coming in here and he's being a bit guarded, because he doesn't want to like jump in and be like, oh, you're wrong, and it turns out it's a troll. Is that right? Is that what's going on here? So he's playing it a bit cautious, just feeling it out a bit before he starts the demolishment.
Just video game. Sorry, go ahead.
No, just because I'm chuckling doesn't mean this is a joke. I 100% think the game is trash, and
you honestly, legitimately think I'm being paid by Activision,
dude. I do wonder if it's secondhand.
You're a smart guy. You're not retarded. Let's not insult both of our intelligences here, okay? If you genuinely think I'm being paid by Activision, you have never watched a single Call of Duty video I've made.
You're still talking about the game, though. So I'm trying to piece a lot of these things together, like why.
And you're doing a really bad job of it.
Why
by the
you
way.
don't talk about woke stuff? Why there's certain rakes that you avoid stepping on, and I wonder if it's to be more palatable to your corporate handlers. Okay, all right. I knew you were going to deny that, so it's fine.
What?
Here's my other.
No.
question.
I'll answer that question.
Yeah,
I'll answer that. Why do I avoid? So I watched about 2 minutes of your woke YouTubers video, and I could not stop laughing. And I was like, I gotta sit down, get some popcorn, and really enjoy this. Right. I especially like the part where you were like, why don't these YouTubers talk about racism directed towards white people?
Yes.
And you know what? You're right, bro. I started working on a new video. It's called "Why Is the Great Replacement Theory So Bad?" And I think the fans are gonna love it. We're just hard pivoting to political content on my main channel. I'm all in. I'm like you, man. I'm all in.
Dude, I get it. You want to protect your money, you want to protect your cash, and the way you do that is by playing both sides.
I am true to myself, Andy.
I want to protect my money too. I get it.
I know, at the cost of your own soul, man. You are sacrificing something that when you go up to the man upstairs, he's gonna know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I've gone through your history. I have all the archives. I have the community post you deleted yesterday about us. You're so bad at deleting things and hiding things from your audience, bro. I have it all. Okay. Are you familiar with poker terminology?
And I want to see all of it. And I want to see all of the ammo that you have on me.
All right. Well, I mean, you're in a position,
bro,
where
what is
the
gonna
leopards
happen?
might come to eat your face.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
When your audience sees the things you've tried to hide from them,
Go for it.
they will turn on you. Some of them will.
Tell us.
Dude, this guy, I'm intrigued. What's he got on this dude? Fucking dude. I thought this was going to be very different. I thought he was going to come in and get him to like back up his claims, and he doesn't. Looks retarded. But
what I've hidden from my audience. Go for it.
All right. Well, we could start off light, but you're a huge fan of Starfield, aren't you?
At one point, I was a big fan of Starfield, and I have over.
Oh.
And I'm glad you brought.
So yeah, Starfield obviously was very badly received, and like this guy liking Starfield would be crazy because all the fucking anti-woke people thought Starfield was dog shit, right?
Brought that up because I actually get in fights with my own audience sometimes, because sometimes sometimes there's aspects of Starfield that I will justify, and I was a big fan of Starfield at one point, and over time, as I've played the game more, I've played it more, and I've realized that I had so if you're talking about my pro Starfield Xbox video that I made at one point.
Oh, I'm talking about that and the hundreds of community posts sucking it off. You want to talk about corporate chilling, man? Go down to Andy's Xbox channel and look at all the undeleted community posts he has sucking off Starfield. Dude, go check.
No, absolutely.
If you want to accuse me of being a corporate chill, bro, we can play that game.
I just like the game. I like the game. I wasn't paid off. I wasn't paid off by Activision the way you are.
They pay you $5 for each of those community posts, bro.
No, go for it. Everybody can go look at it.
Look, you're faking this confidence, and I've seen through it. Okay, I see through this facade.
Go for it.
Your audience might not at this point, but if they watch the video that I create, they will. Some of them will.
Go for it. So one question for you: Concord had 3 black females in it, and not a single white man. Did you
3 too many, isn't it?
Did you think that was strange at all? Did you think that was strange at all that it had 3 black females in it and 1 white man, or are you just going to ignore like obvious stuff?
This is the hard hitting stuff, bro.
No, it's just a question. Can you?
I'm just asking questions. No, I was more distracted by how unappealing all of the character designs were. Imagine, see, the thing about you, Andy, is that I've seen older videos of you.
Yeah.
I've seen things, and you are capable of having good, nuanced, well thought out.
The problem with this take as well is a game could have all black characters, not a single white person in it. And if it makes sense in the setting, and they're all well-designed characters, it literally doesn't matter that it's got no single white person in there. If you set a game in Africa, whatever many years ago, and it had no white person in it, so what? Like an NBA game. 100-meter race. All blacks.
Outtakes.
Ooh,
what you're hard pivoting to right now is built on a foundation of lies and hatred. Okay? And you're pivoting to this.
Hatred towards what?
Towards anyone that's gay, all the LGBTQ community.
Did you say that you're a Christian earlier?
I would not say I am a Christian. I'm not like a practicing Christian, but I do at times talk to friends, and what would it be like? Not necessarily practicing Christianity, but you talk to your friends and you understand.
TheActMan, this is what people say online. You have no integrity. This is what we're talking about.
What?
You have
that
zero
I'm not
integrity.
A Christian? Because
you're trying to play both sides to make money on your YouTube channel. You have
wait, hold up. You just asked me if I was a Christian. Where were you going with that?
I did.
What does that have to do with my integrity? Only people with...
Do you stand on are you a Christian or not? And do you stand on those values?
No, I'm not a practicing Christian. Okay. No, I don't go to church.
Okay. All right.
Why do you ask? What's the purpose of that?
Well, no, you just started, it's...
Do you think I'm I'm a big fan of the 9th commandment. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
What is that? Coveting?
No. It's funny. My other buddy said it. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. I'm a big fan of that one.
Oh, okay. Did I lie somewhere?
Where you've done a lot of lying, buddy.
Okay. Where did I lie? This should be good.
Yeah. Let's see. We have...
Wait, what? I missed that. What was that?
Well, no, you just started, it's...
Do you think I'm I'm a big fan of the 9th commandment. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
What is that? Coveting?
No. It's funny. My other buddy said it. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. I'm a big fan of that one.
Oh, okay. Did I lie somewhere?
Where you've done a lot of lying, buddy.
Okay. Where did I lie? This should be good.
Yeah. Let's see. We have a funny quote from you. Let's see if I can I found your old video on political bias in game journalism. And again, it's like, this is a good take. But see, like, the audience you've cultivated is not going to like something that you say here.
Oh, great. I can't wait.
Yeah, these are your words. The more gay, lesbian, trans, and female characters we have in games, the better. The more diverse perspectives we have in games, the better they will always be. This doesn't...
Oh my god, dude!
This isn't really lining up with the direction your channel is going in, does it?
Yeah. What I will say is that about a year ago, I was backing Xbox, and I think it's pretty commonly known that I used to have an Xbox channel. And then I think in those moments of me backing Xbox, I would say stupid stuff at some points. And, you know, if anybody wants to find that or Google that or whatever, I don't know.
Oh, is that one of those stupid things you don't think?
Yeah. Well.
Oh, so you completely 180 that?
So yes, it was stupid. And so what I think you need to understand is that I formerly had an Xbox channel, and when you're going down that logic of like, oh, I have to support everything Xbox does, you start to say stupid stuff, and you grow, and you become a better person, and you move on from that. And so,
are you becoming a better person though?
Bro, I thought this would be like years old stuff when he was much younger. Dude, this guy's a total fraud. This guy's a total fucking fraud. He's literally flipped in a year to the opposite of what he was putting out before. What a grifter, dude. Holy shit.
I am.
You think so?
I am, yeah. Do you want to go ahead and call me homophobic now or later?
You said that twice. Like, is that your...
No, go ahead. Well, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Is this your fetish? Are you into that? You into the humiliation kink?
I'm in.
Yeah, you like that, you fucking homophobe?
All right. Well, just know whenever you want to be like, oh, you're homophobic, I've got a response ready for you. So whenever you want to do that. So here's my next question.
You think so little of me.
Given that LGBT are a tiny
I'm not even
3%
sweeping. You can go and look at it all and see what you think. I've just listen. Okay, there's only so many times. There's only so many times that you can look at the cringe of your past.
the population. Is it strange at all to you that their depravity is being pushed in 100% of games now?
So let's go back, because this is a pretty radical thing you've said. The more gay, lesbian, trans, and female characters we have in games, the better. I want to focus on this because...
Can you answer the question? Not something that
what question? There's 3% LGBTQ plus. Why is there more representation in games?
Right. They're 3% of the population. Do you find it strange at all that they're being pushed in 100% of the games now?
100% of the games. All of them.
Yeah.
Everything's woke now?
Dude, it's
everything.
Homo flags are in everything. Yes. Homo flags are in everything.
Thank you for the $5.
We must do things because they are hard.
I've got to rate review myself. Is that what you're saying?
Pushed in every single game. Obviously, like, you're like 100% of the games are like, no, come on. Let's be real. Do I think it's strange?
I get it.
I don't necessarily.
I don't necessarily play both sides. You have to play both sides so that you can keep making money off both audiences. God. I just want the right-leaning audience to know that you have zero integrity and you're full of shit. That's all I want them to know.
Boy, you don't know what you're doing, man.
Yes. Okay.
You're too.
So moving on.
You're too pure for this, man.
So moving on. Why do you?
Wait, I didn't answer the question.
Okay.
Do I think it's strange? You want a real answer? No, I don't think it's strange. I think corporations do what thinks will make them money, and as you see with Concord, clearly didn't work out. Didn't work out. They didn't make money off of that. Do I think it's strange? No, it's a noticeable pattern you could trace at least. Well, not just back to 2020, but after the BLM protests, riots, after all of that. That's when a hard push began where corporations started being like, wow, there's a lot of popularity behind this movement. Let's capitalize on that. Let's, like that famous fucking, what was it, a Pepsi ad?
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think it's strange that they're pushing it. I think it's strange that they push it as hard as they might have done in Concord. But that game failed for a variety of other reasons. Not just because it had gay people in it. And it's like, I mean, you're using all the right dog whistles to get the certain audience and crowd that you want. And it's like, and sorry.
Whoa.
I can respect the grift to a certain extent, but you have absolutely no grounds to question my integrity when you have none.
Dude, you play. I mean, I get why you play both sides, because you can grow a bigger audience.
You keep saying that. I don't play both sides. I make fun of both sides.
Not pissing off the gays.
Yes, that's how I grew my channel. But obviously,
you have zero integrity and you play both sides. I get it. That's classic.
That's what I do, buddy. I mean, I I play both sides. That's why both sides hate me at times, because I make fun of both of them, because I don't restrict myself to 50% of the material. Why would I do that?
When have you ever hated on the LGBT community in any
One of my most popular videos is feminism and SJWs versus video. What are you talking about?
Like a 10-year-old video. People
it has 5.4 million views, bro. What are you?
People are like, what happened?
You keep moving the goalposts on everything. It's like, when have you ever made fun? The Hogwarts Legacy shit was last year. You don't know anything about my channel, bro.
People are like, what happened to that ActMan? That's honestly what people are saying now. What happened to that ActMan? Because he went away. He disappeared.
No, he didn't. I made the Hogwarts Legacy video last year. What are you talking about?
Questionable.
What questionable? What do you mean? That video's still on my channel. You can check it out right now. I'm telling
you what the audience is saying about you. They're saying that you fell off.
Yeah. So you're just regurgitating what your audience is saying. I don't care what your audience thinks. I care about what you think. I want to hear your opinions, okay?
Well, dude, and I told you, I think it's incredibly strange to talk about Concord and not mention the clear woke slop. And you make fun of people who use the word woke, and you never use the word, even though it completely describes what's going on right now in gay games.
So the thing about the word woke is it harkens back to that old story we all read and were taught when we were growing up, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. These days, it's The Boy Who Cried Woke. There is so much disingenuous criticism using the word woke. The word is so liberally applied to everything because there are so many...
I actually agree with the ActMan on this. This is true. This is just true. This absolutely is the case. And it gets used to excess constantly.
Online grifters who produce daily outrage content that are saying, this thing is woke, this thing is woke, you should be angry, you should be upset. Tune in tomorrow for episode 4169 on why Star Wars is woke now and why you should hate it and be mad and angry and upset. There's so much of that going on that the ending of the story of The Boy Who Cried Wolf is that at the end there was a wolf out there, but because there were so many false claims of there being a wolf, the people didn't help him. So that's what's happened with the word woke. When I hear somebody, so it's what happened to the words racist and sexist a few years ago. People were saying like air conditioning sexist and,
right, all
this stupid shit is racist and sexist. And it destroyed the meaning that those words are supposed to have. The Boy Who Cried Racist, The Boy Who Cried Sexist, The Boy Who Cried Woke. These are 3 books in a volume. Okay. That all have the same ending.
Dude, so it's I mean, you're a video game critic.
Bro, he's just right about this. There's absolutely issues of this sort of thing where it's like this game's woke, that game's woke, and it's woke because it's got like a black person in it or something. And yeah, it gets really obnoxious.
And you do video game analysis, so I find it shocking that you don't see the pattern in a game like Concord having 3 black females in it and not a single white man. As a very astute, very talented, very good at making videos, it's just wild to me that you don't. It's wild to me that you don't put together a couple, string together a couple of the dots, and even mention like, hey, I think there might be a pattern here in all these dog shit gay games that keep coming out.
A pattern. So you're equating black people in video games.
No. It's not about black people in video games. It's about constant shoehorned, stupid diversity of everyone.
But you just talked about like there's 3 black people in this video game and no white guys. Excuse me. And that's the biggest reason you think why Concord failed.
No. I'm giving you a tiny example of a larger problem that everyone on the internet agrees is going on everywhere right now.
But the problem,
blind to it, and you just seem to turn your head the other way. And I'm saying that's what's annoying your audience is that they're just like, ActMan just denies all this stuff because he wants to hang out with leftists. And I'm sure you have a lot of leftist friends in the industry and all these homos, and you go to pride parades. And like, I get it, dude. No, seriously,
bro.
What the fuck, dude?
I get it. You're about your money at the end of the day.
How on earth, dude? It's wild to me that people would make these claims with presumably no evidence, nothing to back it up. Oh, you're gay and you go to pride parades. What? He doesn't even know the guy. Maybe he does. I don't know, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's going to be there waving the fucking gay flag about.
About your money, so you have to play both sides in order to keep both sides happy. But I think it means you have no integrity. That's all I'm going to say. And you're right.
Can you go back? Wait. What did you say just 25, 30 seconds ago?
Dude, you're right.
Wait. Can you just reiterate what you were saying? I kind of spaced out for a second.
Really? You want me to repeat what I just said?
Yeah. Just really hammer it home.
I said that you are playing both sides. You have no integrity, and I know that you're gonna cut together a video of me a year ago saying something stupid, and I'll be the first to say that I've grown since then and I've moved on from former views. Yeah,
you've moved on from the Xbox console warrior grift to the anti-LGBTQ grift.
Sure, if that's what you want to call it. Have you?
That's what it is, man.
can you admit that you've moved on from making based videos to making play both sides puss videos? Dude, seriously.
See, you're not being fucking serious with this, bro.
Serious.
You keep laughing because you know what you're saying is so ridiculous.
Dude, you have
like that's why you're laughing.
Dude, you have no. I'm chuckling because
okay.
It's funny.
I play both sides.
You have splinters in your ass from sitting on the fence so much, dude. You have splinters in your ass from sitting on the fence so much.
All you're doing is just taking comments from your comment section and just throwing them at me. You're not giving me like your honest actual opinions. You keep saying like.
That is 100%. That is 100% my.
Well, the audience is saying this. The audience is saying. I'm not saying it. I'm just asking questions. Fence sitting. So
yeah,
how do I sit on the fence?
By
point.
I mean, I get it. It helps you make money as a YouTuber.
No. I'm not asking. I'm asking for examples of when I've sat on the fence,
dude.
And when I've played both sides. When do I do that?
Okay. Look, I get it. I just watched a political video you made a couple weeks ago, and you talked about how I don't get into politics because I think politics are toxic, and I just want to talk.
Okay, let's get some examples then. Come on, surely we should be able to see some examples here. Let's go. Come on.
About games, and that's fine. And that as given your type of content, that makes sense because it helps you play both sides and it helps you make as much money as possible to not talk about politics. And it's smart.
Politics in the real world. Okay, I'm not going to make a video about gun control. You know what I mean? I'm here to talk about politics in media, in storytelling. That I'm fine with. I'm not going to tell you how the fucking country should be run. Okay, I make video game videos, so. What do you mean sitting on the fence when I say, okay, I'm not going to turn into like a political channel that talks about, free speech and Second Amendment shit. Like, I do that shit on my Twitter, but that's separate from the YouTube channels. Like, I say dumb shit on Twitter all the time. But so this isn't really an example of me sitting on the fence when it's pretty clear cut, like what the intention is. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Maybe reiterate it for me one more time.
Okay. You space that. See, it happens. So the video on my second channel about everything is fine in America. I thought that was a good title. The point of that video is essentially like, hey, it's a really toxic time in America. There's a lot of heat in the rhetoric and discussion going on, and I don't want to divide my audience by. I don't want to divide my audience into and turn it into some like political channel where I like start preaching about, whether they're going to take our guns away or First Amendment. Or I'm not here to talk about policies in the real world. I'm here to talk about video games, why they're awesome and bad, and politics in those games is part of that analysis. If they're awesome and bad. When you say, oh, there's 3 black people in Concord, I look at that and I say, okay, that's on like a very, very, very low list of things I think are wrong with Concord. Right?
There's actually like 5 or 6 black people in Concord. I said there's black women in Concord.
Even worse. Even worse. They were women too? Fuck.
Dude, it's funny that you bring this up because somebody on your server actually called a black person a monkey. It's funny that you bring up
way.
No.
One person in my fucking Discord server said something racist once?
Bro. He's serious, dude. He's seriously talking about one person in his Discord saying something. Oh, that is no! Is that all he's got?
Look, dude, my God, he's so based. Are you for real, bro? Are you for real? Don't come at me with this fucking weak shit.
No. And look, I will be the first person to say that there's stuff on my Discord that happens that I don't know about. My only point in saying this is that there's nobody more racist than leftists like you. Nobody is more racist.
How the fuck did you extrapolate that? Do you have brain damage? How did you?
What the fuck? There's people that on my Discord. I'm not responsible for it, but you're racist because someone in your Discord said monkey once.
You extrapolate this from some fucking random. This is what you come at me with, bro. Oh my God, this is weak.
No, dude,
you ain't no Giga Chad, bro. This is.
Dude, I'm just telling you that somebody on your server, there's a black guy from my community on your server, and he got called a monkey. And then somebody said that he lived in a mud hut. So I guess these are the people that you.
Well, thank you for bringing that to my attention because I can talk to my mods and take action against this if action hasn't already been taken.
Yeah.
This is the hard-hitting stuff. The Discord messages from random users in a public server.
Yeah. So no, I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny because it shows how racist you are that one person got in your server and said something racist, and that I'm putting all on you. And you're a leftist, and you're are you retarded, Andy? You're not retarded. There's no way you can make this possible connection through any logical means and actually believe it.
Dude, your friends that go to the Pride Parade are going to hate that you said retard right now. They're going to hate.
I don't give a shit.
Your
leftist
friends are going to hate that you said retarded.
I know. You guys should check out my leftist friends from the unsubscribed podcast that I was just on. Those guys, man, they really want to take away our guns. And yeah.
No, I guess I get, but I
shout out to the guys on unsubscribe. Those guys are fucking awesome. I had a great time, by the way.
I just thought it was funny with Concord. I love black characters in games. I think it's great to have black characters in games. My point is that it's odd to be like, hey, here's 6 black characters in a game and not 1 white character, and it shows a bias. And I think you do your channel a disservice by like never talking about it, and it's like you specifically avoid ever talking about these things like the uglification of women, dude. Like
the uglification. Did you come up with that word? That is
true. Dude,
the uglification.
Are you gonna sit, dude? Are you gonna sit here and deny that women are being made ugly in games? Like you're chuckling about it, but you know it's true.
Yeah, Samus ain't a babe no more. She's.
Dude, I think that you know, Ant-Man is doing well here overall. I think this guy looks like a fucking retard. I just think the Ant-Man could do well to just concede a bit of ground because it would only make him look better. Like, you don't even have to say, oh yeah, there's a definitive uglification or get onto the narrative so hard. You can just say that, yeah, I've noticed that there's like ugly characters and I don't like it. Yeah, I think it's kind of cringe or whatever. But like, other than that, yeah, I mean, this Andypants, he sounds like a fucking grifter. He's changed his perspective in the course of a year. And he clearly doesn't have anything against him if he's bringing up a Discord message like that.
If you want, like, again, if you want actual real answers, but you're going for like cheap gotchas that are not going to work. Okay, you're firing blanks at me, bro. I mean,
I mean, if you'll answer them, I'd like real answers and gotcha answers. But
gotcha answers. Well, fuck, you got me. Women are super ugly in video games.
No,
how have I not seen the light? I'm just now seeing it, Andy.
I just find it very strange that you would deny, dude. It's like
deny what? Deny what? Finish that sentence.
I find it interesting that you would deny the obvious like uglification of women that's going on in games right now. Like,
okay, so do you remember what I was talking about with The Boy Who Cried Wolf? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay, so when people come out and I hear about this game is woke, this, you know, blah 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 blah, hear that shit. If you go on Twitter, you will see something new every single fucking day. I don't make videos just because one person on Twitter said it's woke or wow, look at how ugly they are and all that shit. It's like I'm going for substance. I'm not just here somebody to obsess over the graphics of every single video game female character and like analyze how big her boobs are and whether she's got camel toe. Like I try to cover important shit about video games, and that's fine. That's fine if people want to cover that shit, like and talk about that.
Dude, but
I'm not obligated to make videos about the uglification of women.
No, I'm not saying you're obligated to make videos about it, but
you're saying why don't I? Because I'm interested in other aspects of video games, like
right. That isn't.
But he's right about this though. He's right that he's not obligated to make a video about the uglification of women in video games. Like if he wants to talk about other aspects, that's obviously fine. No one is obligated to make content on anything along a certain line. So it's like, yeah, he's weak on like really responding to it live here, sure. But I don't think it's a good point to say, well, you're not talking about it in your videos.
Isn't going to piss off the lefties. I get it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I never want to piss them off. Never.
So let me just confirm.
Let me take a tip from you. I should start scrubbing my stuff, like the feminists and SJWs. I should get rid of that. I should get rid of the Hogwarts Legacy video so that I can really lean hard into appealing to leftists. I mean, good strategy, Andy.
Dude, I wasn't very good at, I clearly wasn't very good at scrubbing my stuff.
No, you weren't. You left a massive fucking paper trail, and I have no idea why you agreed to talk with me when you left so much evidence behind.
Dude, I grew as a person. Can you say that
you're gonna have to flip flop on a lot of things, man?
I will 100% say yes. I flip flopped and I grew as a person. Are you willing?
You flipped on a lot of things. Yeah,
are you willing to admit that you went from catering to an alt-right audience to now you're talking to lefties now?
No. What are you talking? When did I cater to an alt-right audience?
Your audience is saying you used to be based and you're not.
Again, your audience. What do you think? Don't talk about my audience or your audience. This isn't a debate between me and your fucking chat. Okay.
I think you're a lefty now. I think you've gone left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Dude, yeah.
I want communism.
Activision, if you want to rub elbows with the Activision execs and all those people,
you're just recycling all this dumb shit that isn't sticking at all. Like,
okay. All right.
Like,
but hang on, back to the women thing.
Andy, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Has God taken the anger out of your heart?
Why do you ask that?
I just curious.
I mean, if you're,
do you think? I want you to be. You don't have to be honest with me, but you got to be honest with him. Well, do you think where you're at right now,
you're not a Christian,
God has taken the anger out of your heart?
Wait, are you a Christian now? Do you believe in God? Because it sounded
I didn't say that. I'm asking you, man. I'm asking you.
Well, what does it matter if God doesn't exist? What does it matter?
What are you talking about? You think God doesn't exist now?
No. You said that you're not a Christian earlier, so I assume you don't think God exists. So what does it matter?
Oh, so you're just making assumptions.
So you do believe that God exists?
I believe a God exists.
Okay.
So wait, sorry, I got distracted. Sorry, one sec.
isn't sticking at all.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm
debate
sorry. I got
between me and your
distracted.
fucking
Not
chat,
anymore.
okay?
I think you're a lefty now. I think you've gone left.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
hardcore.
dude. Yeah.
I want
get it,
want
though. Like,
communism.
Activision, if you want to rub elbows with the Activision execs and all those people,
You're just recycling all this dumb shit that isn't sticking at all. Like,
okay, all right.
like,
But hang on, back to the women thing.
Andy, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Has God taken the anger out of your heart?
Why do you ask that?
I just curious.
I mean, if you're,
Do you think? I want you to be. You don't have to be honest with me, but you got to be honest with him.
well,
Do you think where you're at right now,
you're not a Christian?
God has taken the anger out of your heart?
Wait, are you a Christian now? Do you believe in God? Because it
I
sounded
didn't say that. I'm asking you, man. I'm asking.
Oh, okay. So he's right. Okay. So he's like using his logic against him, right? Well,
You.
Well, but what does it matter if God doesn't exist? What does it matter?
What are you talking about? You think God doesn't exist now?
No. You said that you're not a Christian earlier, so I assume you don't think God exists. So what does it matter?
oh,
so
sorry,
you just-
I missed the super. Oh, yeah, the chat. My chat's fucked up, so I don't see them in the same way. Floppy dong. A video game controller with a broken arm walks along sadly. I think that is. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Apologies, I missed it.
Just making assumptions.
So you do believe that God exists?
I believe a God exists.
Okay. So you're not a practicing. Would you call yourself a Christian?
No. I don't go to church. I don't practice religion.
Okay.
I mean, there's like non-denominational people who don't ascribe to like, at least from my understanding,
Right.
Different denominations. There's so many interpretations of Christianity, but I'm asking you.
I will pray about that, and thank you for bringing that to my attention, and I will consider that.
Consider what?
That your question about me being hateful, and like as a Christian, I do have to consider that stuff. Like I don't want to be hateful. I don't.
You have to look. But you have to decide how you want to pursue internet fame. What path do you want to go down? Because like I've told you, I've seen some of your other older videos that you've tried to hide from your audience, and some of them are good. Some of them are good. You had a video about how Fallout New Vegas has the best quest design, and it's like, yeah, fuck yeah. You should do more stuff like that and not pan.
Oh, right. I see what ActMan is saying. Yeah. It's very obvious that this because even people who do anti-woke criticism, like, I don't know, Critical Drinker say, right? They will criticize stuff, but then they'll talk about positive stuff too. Where it seems, oh shit, that's the wrong channel. Whereas it seems like this guy is like just churning out like anti-woke slop essentially, and not really talking about the good aspects of video games. Whereas ActMan is trying to look at both the positives and the negatives and push forward stuff that he thinks is good. And he just doesn't seem that interested in getting into the culture war slop necessarily.
Pander so much to the gays are destroying our video games crowd.
Well,
it's like, sure. Yes, but the boy who cried wolf, okay? So it's hard to find the wolf when every fucking time a new game comes out, it's woke, and the gays are ruining it. Every fucking time a new video. You just said 100% of the games that come out are woke. Every single fucking one of them, okay? This is a boy who cried wolf scenario, and it's...
Okay.
I can't... How am I supposed to take... Am I just supposed to believe in what you say blindly?
Dude, are
you the ultimate arbiter of what's gay and woke and all this? You know what I mean? Like...
Dude, I'm just saying it's odd that you never talk about it. It's odd that you never talk about it.
I talk about it when I feel like it's an actual issue, or when I have like the Hogwarts Legacy stuff, bro. Okay, that was a huge deal. That was a huge deal. I've talked about this before. I did a video. It was like Ocarina of Time is a gay coming of age story. I did a response to this random article, and it was so bizarre, and it was just what I've always made fun of and criticized on my channel is bad faith critique of video games and the medium of video games. And people make bad faith arguments on the left, people make bad faith arguments on the right. Okay? I don't discriminate against either of those. It's all fair game. Okay? It's all fair game. So I don't fence it. I don't play both sides.
Dude, of course you do. You said you did in a video. You said, I don't want to talk about politics.
That's politics in the real world, not in video games. Come on, bro.
It's the same thing, dude. You're still
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
How fitting? Because you don't want to piss off the leftists because that would interfere with your bag. I get it.
That is the dumbest fucking thing I've heard.
Okay.
Why would I not look at the views you're getting on your audience? Why would I not cater to that crowd? What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, this is actually really true. Is this idea that he does it because he's pandering to leftist reviews, bro? If you were setting up a channel now and you wanted to get loads of views, I I guess you could argue it could go. No, that's not true. I think nowadays you're better off doing anti-woke stuff. I think that's the way to go. But yeah.
Because you don't want it, because you would lose.
Oh, yeah, I would lose. Yeah, I would lose the lefties. That's why when you're saying your audience is wondering why you don't cover this, yeah, it's when people unsubscribed.
Right. And no,
it's not the leftists,
dude. I do appreciate your advice from earlier, but the reality is,
do you want to focus on that?
Even in my old Xbox videos, I talked about woke stuff. I talked about woke stuff on my old Xbox channel. It's just that happened to be an audience that didn't want to hear me talk about the woke stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm going to follow the algorithm and make content that my audience wants here. But I still 100% have always believed the woke stuff. I've always been very passionate and outspoken about my faith.
Yeah, but you had
changed in that regard.
You had nuanced takes, though. That was the difference. Is that you would say things along the lines of, yes, I think more trans, gay, lesbian characters in games is a good thing. However, that doesn't mean you get to criticize. Wait. However, that doesn't mean, I'm paraphrasing what you're saying, by the way. Right. But I have we have the videos. But you would say, however, that doesn't mean you get to criticize Kojima for fetishizing women in his games. And I was like, you know what? That's a nuanced take. Like, right. you are hard pivoting to a very specific crowd. And
right, okay. So he's saying that he did actually used to be more reasonable, but this new turn is super hard in one direction because you're catering to that audience.
I'm not pivoting to anything. Okay. This is stuff that I've always talked about. I'll show you
you have always talked about it, but you were not as far gone as you are right now. That's what I'm trying to.
The chudlogic strat, 20 to 2022 woke, 20 to 23 to 2024 anti-woke. I'm not even anti-woke, I wouldn't say. I don't see myself as anti-woke. I'm not like anti-woke is when you kind of bang on about it constantly and it's the only thing you fucking talk about. Woke logic. Stop lying. I'm just critical of things that I think are worthy of criticism. And as much as I've said Concord has got gay characters and it looks stupid, I've also, disagreed with certain perspectives on other things. I don't know.
Say is that's why I ask, did God has he taken the hatred out of your heart? And you don't have to answer that to me or your audience or anybody, but you will have to answer that to him,
Dude, there's certain activities and actions that God says are shameful and says are sinful. And so
the Ninth Amendment.
I'm taking a stand for Christ every single day that I make my YouTube channel and that I make videos. I'm taking a stand for truth. I'm taking a stand for God. And so I don't have to be ashamed about any of that.
No.
As opposed to playing both sides and kind of claiming to be a lukewarm Christian and I'm going to
lukewarm Christian. No, don't misinterpret. Don't.
I don't actually believe anything versus I'm standing on God's word. I'm a Christian and I'm standing on those values and I make videos about it. But I get it, dude. I get it. You don't want to get into religion. Nobody ever wants to talk about religion, so I'm not going to talk about that.
I don't. I brought it up for a reason.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I mean, in one video I found you said you used to debate atheists.
Dude, I was debating atheists yesterday. People on my channel hated it. So my channel is maybe 70% religious people and 30% atheist agnostic. And I was debating with atheists on my channel yesterday, and I lost 22 subscribers because I was debating atheists, and I shouldn't have done it. So anyway, I was debating.
I do find it interesting that you keep note of exactly how many subscribers you lose.
Dude, you do.
I remember a post on
dude, come on, brother.
No, I don't. Not really.
That's why you're playing both sides is because you're looking at your numbers. I get it.
Yeah, you said you didn't want to talk about it, so I don't want to talk about it. I don't mind talking about it. Okay, yeah, let's talk about it.
My numbers are all up right now. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm catering to leftists. I would have made some fucking shit tier excuse for Concord if that was the case. But I'm it actually wasn't that bad.
If you talked about woke stuff, you'd lose 1 million subscribers right now. So I get why you can't talk about woke stuff.
Bro, this guy's stupid. If he suddenly pivoted and started talking about woke stuff, yeah, sure, he'd probably lose some subs, but he'd get a massive boost. Dude, there's a reason that this guy is pandering so hard to that side. It's because there's loads of people that just want to hear some dude go, yeah, there's too many blacks in this, actually.
Do you actually believe that?
I can prove it. Dude,
you can prove it. Oh, God, bro.
Prove us wrong and make an alt-right video tomorrow, and I promise you'll subscribers.
So you want me to make a video about something I don't actually think or believe?
That's wonderful.
Okay,
so you
want
money off depressed people.
Andypants on his Dark Viper arc debating religion. Probably thinks on the same wavelength as him too.
Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
You want me to start grifting?
Dude, earlier you were acknowledging that there is a push for LGBT stuff in all the games now.
Not all the games, not all of them.
Not all the games, but
Helldivers 2. I mean, that was a pretty fucking masculine game. You're talking about new. Well, I guess you're talking about new characters. I guess Helldivers wasn't a new franchise, but if we're going back to that example, sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying?
Hang on, dude. And by the way, you never answered this question. I just want to get it on tape. You saying that women, the attractiveness of women in games now compared to 10 years ago has not gone down. Female attractiveness has not gone down in quality in video games the past 10 years. Oh,
you're giving me a script now?
No, I'm not giving you the script. I'm just asking
you just told me you want me to say that on tape.
No, look, whatever.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Look, it is simply a question. Do you
That wasn't a question. You said, I want to get this on tape. Can you say this?
Bro, this guy, dude. This Andy guy is like so desperate for him to say the thing that he needs him to do. So
do you
pathetic.
Agree or disagree that female attractiveness has gone down the past 10 years in video games?
How do you quantify that?
Dude, you know it's true, man. You know women look like garbage in games.
I mean, if I were to look at like recent video game releases, I'm sure there will be a mix. Dude, I think
like why are you
well, here's the thing. Here's that you remember that Overwatch diversity chart that leaked?
Yeah.
So stuff like that, stuff that is tangible. I cover stuff like that. It's not like, oh, this female character doesn't have rockin' double D boobs. Wokeness? Woke? I don't make shit like that, okay? But when it's something tangible, when it's like an internal document at Blizzard that shows that they're grading their characters based on a set of diversity charts and numbers, yeah, I'll cover that because that's fucking insane. That's actually something for me to point at and say, wow, this is like a really bad mindset to make video games with instead of like some creative inspiration where now we're tokenizing everybody and giving them a score, a diversity score.
Dude, careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna piss off the leftists. I'm gonna.
You sound like you're going alt right now. I love that.
Oh yeah. When are we getting to the final solution? You know, when are we gonna get rid of them all?
Let's go.
Kill all
the gays. The gays.
Kill all the. Well, they want to get rid of all the white men.
Can we just skip the bullshit and just go right to the final solution? I mean
they're talking about killing all the white men. So
no, but I'm talking you and me. Like, how are we gonna start the great?
How are we gonna start?
Evil right winger. Do you know what? I really agree with you, and this is the thing I talk about with this hypocrisy hunting, right? Not going to lie, the hypocrite charge is one of the most underwhelming, unpersuasive accusations complaints there is. Integrity doesn't require slavish devotion to consistency. We can all easily think of situations where deviations from principle may be required and good. Yeah, like you should not end another person's life is generally a good thing that we're going to operate on. And you might say, I don't think we should kill people. But there's circumstances where we may have to get around that in extreme moments or something. Anyway, yeah, it's like, I don't mind. I think there's some reasonable criticisms of hypocrisy that can exist. But people take it to a fucking extreme, right? Like, I've had people that have complained because I've given a take, and they're like, oh, didn't you say this specific thing about this particular issue then? And I'm like, I can't even remember saying that. I try and be careful to not be directly hypocritical of things I've said in the past.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money?
But yeah, I mean, as long as you're broadly not a complete fucker with it, it's fine.
I shouldn't have done it after losing 22 subscribers. He literally confessed that he only expresses opinions that are beneficial to him. The most devastating.
Thank you for the $10. Appreciate it.
Survive it when they come for the
No. How are we going to kill them all?
Who are we talking about?
The gays.
Nobody's killing any gays. Gays are celebrated everywhere. Every single corporation will pat you on the back and give you 20 promotions if you're gay and trans and
so like
die from getting patted on the back for being gay right now. All right, dude. Well, I'm gonna wind the video down here, but I did want to ask you one last final question that's not edgy at all that I am curious about.
Sure. I mean, like if you still want to have like a real conversation, but if you want to just shoot blanks at me, I'm down to deflect each and every one.
I, like you, am a huge, and you might have talked about this in one of your videos, but I didn't see it. I, like you, am a huge Halo fan. What is the best Halo multiplayer game?
I would say 3. 3 is probably my choice. See, this is what we should be talking about. We should be talking about like video games that we love and not just like how every franchise we love is dead, dying. It's all because of the gays and shit like that. Like there's some truth to agendas being pushed in video games, obviously, but it's not like a direction that I base my entire identity and channel around. Okay. I mean, you have passion for video games, clearly.
Yeah.
And I.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I think some of these culture warriors can't grasp. Is that some people just aren't that bothered. Then it's not that bothered about it to where they want to make a whole fucking channel about it. Like, bro, is it really? Like, you really... In order to be true, you must make a channel that talks about the get... No! There's plenty of people that talk about video games that never comes up, and their content is great. And in some ways, it's good because they don't get into it, because there's so many channels that do. Sorry, is there not enough people already that are calling out the fucking queer agenda in video games? I'm pretty sure that there's a few people that can get by not talking about it, and I don't think it necessarily means, you know, they're a shill. If they're saying, like, you know, oh, Concord was good, actually, maybe you might be able to make a point there, because, from my understanding, it was a terrible game all round, and even people that are gay didn't like it or something, right? Yeah. I don't know, dude. It just comes across as very grifty, you know, to do that. Very grifty to only ever focus on what gay games are these days. Space Marine 2, well, people are saying it does have woke shit in, because there's a woman in it at some point, and also there's a black in it too, or something. I don't know.
I hope you chase that passion and the things you love about gaming instead of just because I've been there, man. I know this is a bit of a tangent, but you know, I've been there. I used to make Halo 5 bad videos, and I made quite a few of them, you know? And then at a certain point early in my career, I was like, I don't just want to be talking about what I don't like about video games or what I hate or what's pissing me off all the time. I want, you know.
Dude, well, yeah, I had that.
But what do you think, Halo 3 or?
Dude, I actually really like Halo 5 multiplayer, just because I thought it was the tightest and like.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Really?
But how do I make money off depressed
I mean, there's no
people?
account
We
of
must
taste.
secure the existence of our video games and a future for hot women.
Thank you for the tip. Appreciate it, Acman.
I thought it was like the tightest and the most competitive, and it made me rage the most. But like also like Halo 3 multiplayer is very, very good, and like I totally understand where you're coming from. Dude, what do you think went wrong with Halo Master Chief Collection?
You know what? That's a really good question. Like, how did they? I think they were probably locked into the deadline of releasing it on the 10-year anniversary of Halo 2. Excuse me. And they didn't have all the pieces together, but they were like, it's the 10-year anniversary. Fuck it. It's like it's got to go.
Yeah,
it's got to launch. But no, Halo 5 is a respectable opinion. It is respectable, because there's a lot of good mechanics about that game and a lot of good aspects of it, and I can totally get why it kind of kept the competitive scene alive. Halo 5 did, because after Reach and 4, it was in pretty dire straits.
I never really played 5 multiplayer, so I can't speak to it. I just heard it was really bad.
So retrospectively, looking back on Halo 5, like, yeah, you know, in the ways it pushed for the competitive scene were probably good.
Yeah, dude,
but it came at the cost of casual matches a bit. But
yeah, dude, what is going on with Xbox right now, man? Like, why is Xbox?
You got the Xbox channel, bro. You tell me,
dude. I used to, dude. I have like turned my back on Xbox because it's such trash now. But like, dude, because I saw you talking to Marty the other. I mean, I know he doesn't work at Xbox. I know he's a Bungie guy, and that was a cool interview I enjoyed. But like, what is even going on with
He's a woke leftist too. Did you know that? He's secretly a super woke leftist.
No, he's
Marty.
not. Dude, he's
yeah,
hardcore.
he is.
Dude, he was a Republican. Dude, he's hardcore conservative.
No. It's all a front.
Yeah, right.
See, because I only pander and talk with hardcore leftists.
Okay, I see.
That's all, the only people I associate with.
Yeah. No.
Marty's great. I mean, I feel like sometimes the way he handles things on social media, you know, maybe not the best, but I'm like, he's a fucking adult. You know, I'm not gonna tell him how he should manage his online persona.
Right.
I know that some people in the Halo community used to look at him very fondly, and some people have felt disillusioned with him in some ways. And that's kind of what politics can do with an audience, because I built my audience on gaming and like defending the hobby from, like I said, bad faith critique of it, and that comes from all directions. So
yeah,
so I don't pull punches,
dude. Why can't Xbox get like a good game out right now? Like, I mean,
this is the shit I would love to talk with you about, like the important gaming stuff, you know?
No, I am really curious. Why do you...
Bro. This dude was in his video going, this guy's spreading the homosexual agenda, blah, blah, blah. I was like banging on about how much of a shill he is. And then when he's been like kind of, shown up, now he's like, I don't know, just like trying to be nice. It's very weird energy, It feels like he's, I think this was pointed out in chat. It's like he's lost. He knows he's lost, so he's just kind of backed down.
I think Xbox cannot get a good game out, as an exclusive. I mean, I know exclusives are going away, but why can't Xbox get a good game out?
That's also a very good question. I think there's some truth to the statement. The way that I've
literally they're going, left as a pussy, he's not going to turn up. I mean, dude. Hawk Tour
about it, and the phrase that's been told to me from people that have worked at Microsoft and various game studios under them is that Microsoft is a software company. They develop software. They do not develop entertainment.
Right.
And if you go into creating entertainment with the same mindset you have of developing software,
but how do I make
it's
money
not always the
off
right direction.
People calling Space Marine 2 a grifter's woman and blacks have always been in the law. Both sides of brain dead. Regards.
Thank you, Lumpy Willie, for the $5.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there's something there.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to that. And when you look at Xbox, and they're buying a lot of studios and Activision Blizzard, and they're acquiring all these intellectual properties, and they're trying to develop them like software, when it's art. Video games are art. They're entertainment. They're experiences. It's not a function. Obviously, video games rely on software and all that, but it's
right.
Yeah, that's basically how I feel about it. To sum it up generally, that's why Xbox is kind of like keeps missing the mark. But I mean, Gears of War E-Day. Hey, that's another one. Gears of War E-Day, super fucking masculine, man. Hell yeah! Did you see the Gears of War video I made, brother?
Dude, the trailer was masculine, but the game might just be girl boss. We'll see. But okay, the only way that theory doesn't hold up though is look at Gears of War and look at Halo, and look. I'm talking about 2006 Xbox. They were able to get bangers out during the 360 era. So it's is it just? I mean, they're spending a lot of money. So, but it's dude, why can't they replicate the bangers that they were producing in the 360 era?
Because my theory is that they did not take care of the people who were in charge of those successful IPs. They did not take care of the brain children, the phrase brainchild. They didn't take care of the creative visionaries behind a lot of those IPs.
Yeah, you remember what's the guy's name? Cliff Blazensky. Is that the Gears of War guy? You think back to that era, and there were these kind of people like that who were at the forefront of it, Oh, hey, Short Fire Taku, how's it going? Yeah, we've just been watching it. Cliff Bazinga? You guys remember Cliff Bazinga? There's no one really like that anymore, and it's all just kind of a brown sludge, it feels like now. Chaser. Okay.
Cliffy B.
Yeah, Cliffy B, people at Bungie, even going so far back as maybe even Rareware, when they bought Rareware.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Live and Reloaded is great. Conquer Live and Reloaded, but where the fuck is another Conquer game?
Yeah, dude. What happened to Rare? What did they make? Sea of Thieves now? It's they had 10 amazing IPs and they did nothing with them.
Oh, you cut out for a second.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just saying they had 10 amazing IPs and they did nothing. They're doing nothing with them now.
Yeah. So, I mean,
yeah. Also, it's dude, I don't know what the answer to this is exactly, and there definitely is an aspect of the queer shit getting stuffed in or something. But yeah, there's just, I don't know, it's not the same anymore. Things have changed. Games companies just want to churn out the same slop that they know makes them money. That's it.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yep. Great, dude. Well, thank you for letting me roast you. And, dude,
man, you did a really bad job of it. I'm gonna be straight up. And
dude, props to you for coming on. And it takes some balls to come on here and let me interview you and roast you. And respect, dude. I really appreciate it.
Next time, come up with better roasts, and don't just copy comments or copy insults from your comment section.
No.
I think deep down you're actually a smart guy, and you're capable of. There's a lot to roast me on. I mean,
yeah,
All
right, I'll work on that. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll work on that. Bye, guys. Dude.
And I was
That's terrible. Oh, God. Kind of meh conversation. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was funny seeing one of these anti-woke guys get kind of challenged on his stuff. And it's like, yeah, man, he's making a lot of sense in what he's saying, you know? This guy just wasn't ready for this. I think someone said this in chat. I think he was overstating the idea that the leopards were going to eat his face. I don't think it was a possibility that his audience was going to turn on him. But at the very least, he demonstrated. Yeah, he demonstrated that there was kind of, I don't know, like definitely a kind of grift aspect to it. It feels like how do you turn that quickly, and also to turn without any sort of like normally, and this is certainly I feel true for myself. You have a process where you maybe change your perspective on certain things, and it comes as a result of things that happen to you and things that occur. But it feels like this guy is just kind of like gone from saying trans stuff in video games is good to going like, no, not at all, without that kind of journey, you know? Yeah, no, TheActMan won. TheActMan did very well. Credit to TheActMan for that. Good job. Good job, TheActMan. Well done. Andypants is trying to intimidate me, but I did hear about this. Andypants is trying to intimidate me behind the scenes into not making a response video on him while I show all the archives I have. Worked out pretty well for the guy who tried the same tactic 2 years ago. Oh, because he was alluding, wasn't he? He was alluding to making a video on the guy. Yeah, I mean, at this point, dude, this is like, you just got to let the cards fall where they may, you know? Hey, dude, just wanted to tell you, I have no intent to make another video about you specifically. If you do end up making a video about me on your channel, what I would do is respond to a well-researched video bringing up the many controversies you've been caught in the past. Quantum TV, heel versus babyface, posting DMs, Asman, all of it. Bro! This is so cringe.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Hey, thank you for the super chats. So look, dude, honestly, just ready for a ceasefire. I went into our little debate without fully doing my research. I had some fun, learned some stuff, ready to move on. But if you make a video directed at me, I'll make one back. And it is a lot of ammunition, just letting you know. This is what you asked for. I tried to warn you, and I told you what would happen if you went down this path. There will be no ceasefire until you repent. Dude, that's pretty based. That's a pretty based. Hey! YouTube chat's back on the screen. Let's go. That's pretty based. That's pretty based, I must say.